Well, we can see the win rate. I mean, that win rate with Jordan is kind of impressive. 85% that he's using is winning with this civilization. 67 is also very strong, but man, 85. Whoa. Oh my God. Look at these statistics. So it makes sense then what you said about who's going to be the winner in this series, Mr. Orlo.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I wonder where those win rates come from. Is that just like tournament results, or is that ladder games too? Okay, ladder.
All in the ladder. All in the ladder. It's not the same in tournaments, obviously, but it's still almost a 60% win ratio. I mean, if it's the ladder, it's kind of solid still.
I would say that's more than solid. That's very decisive in favor of ACCM. But this is a tournament setting. It is going to be a little bit different. I think it could be close. I think it should be close.
And we have, oh my God, we have already game number 1, ACCM versus Jordan. As a blue Jordan, Sicilians on the right, Berbers on the left. We were talking about the civilization, but it's time to talk about the map. And the map for red, Mr. Orlo, what do you think? Well, we are now on blue map, so we can check now blue map, and then we go back to the red map. So Jordan map, Mr. Orlo.
Jordan's map, well, it seems pretty fine-ish. You have some relatively wallable wood lines. Gold's kind of on the side like that. Fruit bushes in the back is nice, but other than that, it seems like a normal map.
Yeah, well, we have 4 wood lines. So this generation, remember, guys, that King of the Desert Arabia has completely different generations. We see this one is the one with 4 wood lines, obviously with a lot of openings, as you can see. Berries at the back for ACCM. Gold is at the back too. I mean, if there's some hills, having those main resources at the back is kind of solid. And definitely, I will go for ACCM map as a favorite, because Jordan map, he has all the gold in front. All the gold in front. And yeah. I prefer ACCM map. If you check, even if it's not too far, but the other 2 goals, look at this. Go. Orlo.
Oh yeah. It's not. It's not terrible. It's maybe a little bit more difficult to wall, but not by much. So long as you have that gold and those fruit bushes in the back, it's really those are the key resources to protect in case of early aggression. So I think that it'll be all right.
And it's also, we have to remind the viewers, right, Orlo, that it's the first time ever, if I'm not wrong, that the map, the tournament map, is already in the ranked. What this means that probably the evolve during the tournament, it will go for a better and better gameplay, because the players can just play this map every time. It's not like many other times that, okay, it's not in the ranked, Mr. Orlo.
I mean, not since ye old days of Oobly, where you could just play whatever version of Arabia or whatever map you wanted. But yeah, I think that's the case. I think it's a fun little celebration of the tournament for all of the all of the community members as well. Like everyone gets to play KOTD Arabia for the tournament.
Yeah, it's nice. It's always nice, and it will help probably the gameplay. You can see the houses ACCM is doing. We can guess what they are going to do, but for now, it seems that they are going to go for a scout opening with 3 village on wood for both players, Orlo.
Yeah, it makes sense with Sicilians because their scouts are tanky, taking, I believe, only 6 bonus damage from Spearmen, instead of the usual 12. And then you have Berbers. They don't really have much going for them in the Feudal Age, but once Castle Age comes in, they'll have that stable all ready to go for your knights and camels all day, every day.
Yeah, and then overall, I mean, if they are cheaper knights and camels, we will go into more possibilities. But do you prefer Sicilians or Berbers?
I actually prefer Berbers, mostly because I feel that Sicilians are really going to struggle to deal with camel archers. You don't have ring archer armor. Your bonus damage resistance doesn't really help against camel archers, which is just a strong overall unit. And I think it should be working well for them as the game goes on.
Okay, well, let's see what it's going to be. We see some walls there already for ACCM, the walling quite a lot. Remember that now the wood is more expensive. About civilization favorite for me, well, I don't know. It's gonna be just going knights for Sicilians to deal with Berbers, cheaper knights and camels. It's true that camels can counter knights, but with the bonus Sicilian has, maybe the camels are not even that worthy.
I believe that it's like pretty even between Sicilian knights and regular camels. But once you factor in Berber's cost discount, I believe it's like slightly more effective for the camel, but I still think you can just go for your own knights and be totally comfortable in doing so.
Okay, let's see. They are walling. They are walling. Well, they are walling. No, ACCM is walling a lot. Do you think it's worth to wall that much? There's some players telling that these walls, if you are not able to wall completely, it might delay yourself quite a lot. It's more expensive right now. It's very hard to wall this map. I was listening to Mr. Yo interview yesterday and was telling, you cannot wall this map full. And if you do, you are wasting a lot. You can get, as you can see, well, imagine that he's not going many times, but imagine if that was the case. Well, Jordan is not walling anything, Orlo.
I think it's less that you can never wall the map, and it's more of changing when you wall it. I mean, you want to get walled eventually. It's just a matter of, can you do it before early feudal age? And I would say that, by and large, the answer to that is no. So that's, I think, where we're getting like, oh, just don't bother walling. But you still do need, at some point, to get yourself protected, as otherwise you're just going to get absolutely murdered by some random group of crossbowmen or knights.
Okay, well, for now we see how his wall on the left, and now Mr. Jordan is doing the some walls as well, little by little. The games are getting more and more important, so players are gonna get safer. It all depends also about the players. We have seen some crazy players in the round one, the last week, and now this is completely different players. I think ACCM is kind of a standard gameplay player. Jordan can be a little bit more aggressive. I think Jordan play, I don't know what you think, a lot better if he has the dominant position. It's happened to many players, but especially for him, I think he struggles a lot more if he has to be defending.
I think Jordan struggles when defending. I think back to that game against Dark he played, which was, yes, Jordan won, but it wasn't exactly the prettiest thing in the world. And it's interesting because it seems like, of these two, ACCM is actually going to be the much more passive, I would say. As he's the one who's just going to kind of want to chill, get to late game. He was very much wanting to build lots and lots of town centers in his first series in the round of 32 versus Fish. And yeah, I think Jordan should be really looking to get some donjon action, perhaps, forward castles.
Yeah, I mean, if you check, you can notice how ACCM is already for the arena, walling all the map. That's why you need to go a little bit more aggressive, because as you said, if you think about the late game, it's true that Berbers looks a little bit scary. Of course, you have siege owners, even because we forgot to mention, and halves, but you don't see those units. They are very, very expensive. And then Hussars and Camel Archers seems to me an incredible combination here.
Oh yeah, I mean, Berbers are just one of those like top late game 1v1 civs. The efficiency of their gold units is incredible with Camel Archers and then the cheap Cavaliers and Knights as well. And you really are going to struggle to deal with that with Sicilians who don't really have that as much. You have Hobart Cavaliers now, but that's really about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm checking ACCM, and I really remember his series in the first round. I think it was against Bad Boy, if I'm not wrong. It was against Fish, sorry. And he played pretty much all the games so safe, walling all the map. So my question is, you need to attack these players. If you go many times going aggressive style with opening arches, they're gonna have a lot more problems. This scenario is so comfortable for ACCM, in my opinion.
It does feel like Jordan's kind of playing into ACCM's hand, so to say.
Yeah.
Both players, exactly. They have their eco upgrades, so that's all good. And both players are walled, but I feel like the more passive this game is, the better it's going to be for ACCM. But Jordan still has really excellent mechanics, and when you think of Jordan being aggressive, it's mostly coming from mid-game, and that not from feudal age. So there's still, I think, time for Jordan to just really turn up the heat, but we're just going to kind of skip the feudal age by and large.
Okay, well, we love the feudal. I love personally the feudal, but with the scout opening, this is more likely to happen. We see now the scout there, a scout and spears as well. I don't know if Jordan will go also to mine stone. I would love to see a castle forward with Jordan, but for now we see how he's trying to defend with those spears, because even if Jordan is walled, it's not completely walled. The gold is kind of exposed. So, well, his army just need to wait in the gold miners, and he should be fine, and then go for the castle age.
Yeah, certainly. But Jordan's still able to plop down plenty of those Sicilian farms, was able to get the farm upgrade nice and early. I guess historically you wouldn't really think of scouts being a greedy opening, but it kind of is these days because you're really able to afford Bidax and Horsecollar much more consistently. Looks like that villager will be spared for the time being. And yeah, seems safe.
Orlu, I'm thinking about the possibilities for Sicilians in the late game. Can really, without halves, even if they have Campbells, can they stop with Sicilians bonus the Cavaliers fully upgraded with the new upgrade? Because with that +6, maybe Cavaliers with the skirmishes combined, it's an old for Sicilians. Also, remember Sichone is on halves, but since this is more expensive, what about that option? Maybe the Cavaliers can just dominate.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because Berbers, no Halberdier. Yes, you have camels, but they're not quite as efficient. But I still think camel archers, they have that 8 base attack in Imperial Age. That's enough to punch through at least some of the Pierce armor. It's not like you're dealing 1 damage per hit. And so long as you have some kind of meat shield in front, I think that's fine.
Okay, and we have, as we were talking, ACCM feels so good in this kind of situation. Sadly, we don't have action. We want the action, but they are playing for this approach. He's adapting to the okay, no, it's up just 3 seconds. Oh my god, he gathered all the food. And now we have both players going to Castlage super quick. Clicking in 17 minutes, that's gonna be 19 minutes, close to 20 minutes Castlage. And from there, we can expect. Then the action will happen because we see double stable already for Jordan. And I believe he's gonna be double stable for ACCM as well. He has no stone inside the wall, so he's not going to build a castle. Yeah, double stable for both players.
Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. Like we were saying, Sicilians, they like going for knights, and then you have Berbers, also knights, camels, that whole thing. Yeah, seems fine.
Okay, I agree. We want more action. This arena meta hopefully is not going to be the standard today because we want something else. But now we have those okay. Scouts trying to go, not going anywhere. And what is going to happen here? Okay.
Oh, come on, man. You might want feudal age aggression, but I like walling and booming, man. I like it when nothing happens, where I can just sit around and wait for my opponent to be bored to death.
Because you are a boomer,
You think
man.
I'm being sarcastic? No, that's exactly how I play.
Yeah, well, but now it's to change completely. What do you think?
Now it's definitely much more aggressive, but to be honest, I feel like it's less a matter of, okay, let's try and make Arabia as aggressive as possible, and more of a matter of making it as diverse as possible. I don't want every game to be full feudal age. I just want players to have the option based on, okay, what is their specific map gen and what is their preferred playstyle.
Well, that's true. I mean, that's completely true. And it's gonna be different every map for sure. To be honest, if you play with Berbers shine a lot in Castle Age. Like in feudal age, what they have. They don't really have anything in feudal age, Berbers. But in Castle Age is where they are getting stronger and stronger, or not?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, really, all you have then is just faster-moving villagers, which is more or less negligible. I mean, Sicilians, they also love Castle Age. They can build your town centers much more quickly. It essentially puts you a villager or 2 ahead, depending on, how you're able to get that up. And that can be quite nice, and then you have the super long-lasting farms, and those benefits really start to pay off in the mid-game.
Okay, he's setting up great. Jordan with Boso, Heavy Plow, Wheelbarrow, and now doing the third tone center. TCs that are going to be built super fast. So for now, he's still unable to do any damage. He's doing even the husbandry. Yes, great upgrades, but Jordan is setting up with a great economy going. 3 TCs while only the second TC being built for now. He's going to convert. He has the monastery already there. He's not converting. He has to be careful, but that the scout is going to be bye-bye. He's microing properly here, and there is some more battles coming. He needs more monk. He converted one knight, and now Jordan has the same army, 2 villages more, and setting up 3 TCs. Small advantage, I would say, here for the German.
Yeah, certainly. I like Jordan's approach here. It's a little bit greedier. He can rely on just having his knights and monks to defend. He doesn't have to be too worried about camels killing him. The one thing that is going to be going in favor of ACCM is map control, but then again, I say that, and Jordan wants to move out on the map. This could be a little bit risky, considering that he is going for that greedier approach. He's going to lose at least 1 monk.
We have to see if this battle is going to be better for him or not. He got one conversion now, ACCM. Still, he should try to kill and trying to kill that monk. He's going to make it or not. Military numbers, and finally we got a big battle here going on. The bonus, the Sicilians bonus is going to work against the camels. We're checking if it's going to work, because for now, military numbers is almost the same. And it's pretty crazy how little is also the idle TC for both players with these battles, with 3-tone centers already. Now he's going back, and then Jordan seems to got better KD. So overall, this is way better for Jordan. Look at this. The village is different, and still with more army against Berbers. ACCM will have to do something else.
Yeah, he went for the more greedy approach. He's also able to snag a relic right now. Nothing to complain as far as that goes. He even has the heavy plow upgrade over his opponent. Even that's like extra better with Sicilians. Now we do have ACCM going over to Stone, and I really think that it's going to be important for a red player to just stall the game, just hang back, and just go into camel archers. It's going to be hard to be super efficient with your camels against those knights. It's like okay, but not great.
No, they are not working. They are just not working. And if you check, the camels is still no armor. It's true that no armor added for Jordan. I really like the macro both players are having. A little bit more idle TC for Jordan, but makes sense because he has 3 TCs for longer time. But he's still 7 villages ahead. And this can only go farther or maybe stabilize here. Oh boy. Well, as you can see, the Sicilians win rate on Arabia is it's over 51%. I mean, they are very strong. Obviously, the wins are always relative, those statistics, but it still matters. And this is a 4-tone centers. Mr. Orlu is going for the first crusade, maybe? Aha! 40C is already heavy boom for Jordan.
Oh, I mean, he is going for the big boom play, but we have to remember that Sicilians, now they start with 100 extra stone, so they're able to plop down 3 additional town centers without having to mine any of the stuff, which we see Jordan, well, not doing. Oh, nice little snag right there. Even grabbing Sanctity for his monks. We're looking at 5 monks for Jordan, so it looks like he could be going for some full Voolaloo action.
Well, and also he's grabbing relics. He's grabbing already 1. He's going to go for a second one and a third one as well. That's the one. Look at how Jordan noticed, and he's going away to the north. Very smart, paying attention. He's going to be able to take that one. The camels are coming. I think he will be in time to get it. Well, at least if... No, he's not going to lose that monk. And now it's time to wall. Mr. Jordan there. He wall, and he's having a great economy going. Like 10 villages more, 3 relics already. Orlu, solid, very solid position here for the German.
Yeah, like there's really nothing to complain about if you're Jordan right now. You're going to be having a stronger economy. You have a totally safe position with your army, getting even relics on top of it. And you do have that threat of First Crusade, like you were mentioning earlier, because if you can just click that button, then you have a bunch of sergeants, right? And sergeants are great against camels. They have a ton of melee armor, and they don't take any bonus damage. Oh, but
look at this battle.
ACCM is
he has to be careful.
Not going to do anything.
Nah, those camels, and even with so many monks behind, what he can do, or like with so many monks behind, it's even worse. He's going forward with 1, but gonna lose it. Let's see if he's going to be able to convert at least. Well, he converts, but that knight is destiny die. Oh, he converted back.
That knight doesn't know what to believe, man. It's the unsure knight.
Oh my god, that was great for Jordan. Seriously, I know Pikeman upgrade. It's true that village is different. It's just 8 only now. He can destabilize, getting more idle time now, Jordan. I mean, you cannot keep going with 4 TCs and so many units he's doing. It's normal that the village is different. It doesn't increase. Just the opposite right now.
Oh, and now Jordan's looking to make something happen, but ACCM is going to be dropping that castle. He was mining stone far faster than his opponent.
He's coming. Jordan. He's committing.
Oh.
He's committing. Doubt castle can happen. Or Jordan is not going to take the risk. He should probably go. He's so many villages. The camels are coming. But what is he doing? Okay, he didn't commit. I think this wasn't good for Jordan, honestly. He could have taken some damage. He didn't, and now the castle is going to be up. So Jordan need to go back. That wasn't a great move. Jordan, you need to go back. That was a little bit
indecisive here from Jordan.
Yeah.
Not what we're, I think, used to seeing, but that paid out really well for ACCM. He just gets to hang in there, take a bit of a better engagement, and now instantly we see those camel archers queued up, clutching upgrade coming in, and that's going to help with the castle as well, of course. And they're going to be doing quite well versus pikemen so long as they don't get poked to death. But yeah, I think this is actually going to be looking to be a nice spot going forward for ACCM. And just, again, look at that idle TC time. Less than a minute for ACCM versus over 5.5 minutes for Jordan.
Yeah, but Jordan economy, Orlu, and 50 farmers. 50 farmers. He's about to click up to Imperial as soon as he's doing the building. He's gonna go up to Imperial. He's doing Botkin Arrow. But man, the boom he has with 8 villages more. Look at that macro. Over 50 villages on food, 55 farmers. Now he's gonna go up. He has 1,500 food. Remember also bonus, special bonus for Sicilians in terms of food. Man, that's economy is insane.
Yeah, and what's really impressive is that he has this sick food eco, especially as you're saying, when going for an army of knights and pikemen, units that cost a lot of food to produce effectively. So yeah, just really strong overall resource allocation, I guess you could say, in terms of where you want your villagers to go. And there's Imperial Age coming in, handcart husbandry, all those sorts of useful upgrades. And yet ACCM isn't going to be too far behind. You can see he's clicking up right now. Going to be around 30 seconds, and without a forward castle from Jordan just yet, I think it should be okay.
It's okay, and the army composition for both, he convert another camel. Those monks are being, oh my god, a big pain for ACCM, but he's doing a second castle. This is gonna be just a great battle in Imperial. We are going to really discover if those beautiful cavaliers, because he will do the upgrades, are gonna be effective. Do you think they will be able to take the battle with that beautiful upgrade? Look at the castle in front. That castle that will be up very, very fast. Not really, because the army is there. He has to be careful. But the villains are there. Gonna make the castle. He need to be careful and going back. He's gonna lose the monk. He's still not doing the castle because he's blocking himself. Oh my god,
these villagers are too polite, man.
Oh man.
The
Well,
villagers just need to kick all those units out of the foundation. They're like, we got work to do, man.
Oh, but the monks. He's taking the monks now, killing all the monks. This is what he's trying to snipe. Killing the monks now. One down and only one alive. This is knights and pikes. This is so many camels. He will have 2 castles. And honestly, I really don't know. I really believe that Jordan is a little bit ahead. But if ACCM is able to upgrade all his army, very difficult to push from there with 2 castles in that position. Oh, my god, 5 TCs, Mr. Orlu. We can see the button, man. We can see the first crusade for sure. What do you think?
Oh man, is the button beginning to catch on? I hope it is. It's at least the secondary button. You know, it's not Flemish Revolution, it's not quite as silly. Also, I love the Forward University from ACCM, as Mapu is showing us, because there's nothing more intimidating than learning in front of your opponent.
Okay, he's raiding. One thing that I love it now is that it's very good for ACCM. Bombard cannons. In that position, chemistry bombard cannons can be absolutely fantastic. I don't know what you think.
I'm usually pro bombard cannons as a rule, and we are going to indeed rock the Casbah here. It's essentially like a mini conscription, and there we go. Hobart instantly queued up for Jordan upon hitting Imperial Late Barding armor, and that is a big, big, scary army from him that ACCM is just going to get run over potentially.
Yeah, he's used it to go away. The thing here is, he's doing the upgrades even before Cavalier. You know, even before Cavaliers, he need to go back. Look at those camels. No. I mean, it's not... Yes, heavy camels, doesn't have the +2. That army need to go away. Jordan has a lot of army, 50 military. Those are 35 potential Cavaliers. Mapu, if we can select one of those knights and show to the viewers, crazy, the +6 they have already. I mean, that armor and +4, I mean... Orlu is very scary units and still not Cavaliers. He might with the Cavaliers HP and more attack. That's sick.
Oh yeah, I mean, the way I like to describe it is that Sicilian Cavalier have the same amount of Pierce armor as a Tarkin or an Elite Eagle Warrior. It's better than a Paladin. Now, it's granted that it's also a lot less HP and attack, you know, relatively speaking, but still, being that... like tanky, while also being much cheaper, because Hobart, it's only 500 food, 400 gold. It's not too expensive. Yeah. So
yeah, it
makes your units so easy to, like, you get such strong units so quickly and so cheaply.
Okay, let's see this battle. This is gonna be a really, really big battle. He needs bombard cannons because that castle that ACCM has there need to survive, Mr. Orlu. He need to keep that castle, otherwise Jordan can go through and kill quite a lot of units. Those camel archers is still not elite. I don't know if he need the Thumbrin. He still need more army, but now ACCM, little by little, is gathering the numbers. Jordan, 200 population. ACCM, has 186, and my question is, if he click the button now, he will get 240 population. I believe he does.
235, because he gets 7. But look at that, Jordan. All those Cavaliers are bumping into each other. It's like they're stuck in queue waiting so that they can slash their swords and ultimately die. It's really rather sad. But now, in the more open field, it's going to be a bit better for Jordan. But now that ACCM is creeping up to that 200 population mark, Jordan's kind of losing that edge that he's had throughout most of the mid-game.
Yeah, if he's losing that castle, he can be definitely in a problem. This is the hill. He still have 900 stone. Do you think ACCM should try to build another castle instead of repairing this forever? Obviously, he needs to kill the traps. But where's the bombard cannons? I don't see any bombard cannon. Okay, he's coming. Now he's doing 1 bombard cannon, as you can see in Capture Age. With 2-3 bombard cannons, he take those traps, and then he's gonna stabilize. And really, ACCM army is gonna be more and more scary. Now with the +3 and all those camel arches. Oh, but this battle, who's gonna take this battle? Look at that engagement.
I can't agree with that. Those are heavy camels. Again, even though they're dealing half the bonus damage, they are still good, and they're very, very cheap. And I guess the trades are more or less even, but the more that ACCM can fight with his castles firing a bunch of arrows, and remember that he has all of those ranged attack upgrades, then he's going to be doing well.
Those Cavaliers are killing all. The Cavaliers are just killing everything. He's now under the castle, but look at the numbers. He's 24 army, 35. I don't know if he's gonna be an oath, but he killed a lot. He killed really a lot of units, and now he's gonna take the bombard cannon. Jordan took a risky battle, yes, but he killed a lot. Those Cavaliers are just like rams, but with fast speed. I mean, rams, siege rams, I will say. They are so tanky. Of course, when you have 2 castles, it's complicated, but they have killed quite a lot. 20 army for ACCM. Jordan is still in 200 population and is still pushing. If he's taking the trap and if he's taking the castle, he's gonna take the game.
Yeah, and what's the most impressive is not just the fact that the Cavaliers are doing work, which of course they are, but it's the macro behind it. Jordan has a good 50 units queued up to ACCM 0 right now.
No, this is game.
Just Jordan can sustain this fight for so long, and this is going to be game. Yeah, you're saying.
No, it is game. I mean, Jordan has a brutal here fight, an amazing battle. Look at the army with 50 military, 17. Those Cavaliers just don't die. He has also a few camels coming with the pikes, and now with the traps taking that castle down. It's impossible with only camels. He needs camel archers production, Orlo. Without camel archers, nothing he can do. Nothing.
And the issue is that he needed trebuchets and he needed camel archers at the same time, and castles that can't produce 2 different units at the same time. And that kind of allowed Jordan to get ahead in the Treb War, as there's the GG well played thrown out for ACCM, and there's game 1 for us, Mem.
It's crazy. It's really crazy, and Mr. Jordan has got the game with the tanky Cavaliers. Unbelievable, really. Really, really unbelievable. And we have seen, I mean, we have not tested those Cavaliers so often. And honestly, it has been a brutal one. Seriously. I don't know what you think, but...
I think that the Cavaliers are fine. I think that the upgrade's too cheap. I think 500 to 400 gold for like one of the best unique techs is kind of crazy.
I don't know, but we have seen how those Sicilians were working. Like, they were not even killed under the castles. They were not killed under the castles. They did heavy camels didn't do the job. Also, I don't know if we can go back to the game, Mapo, and check if there's some camel archer alive and see the upgrades for the camel archers. If there's some camel archer, I don't think that we have any camel archer, probably. No, sadly we don't have.
But we can see that they had bracer and padded archer armor, and they did not have
go back a bit.
Upgrade.
No, he can go back a bit. And check. Go check more back, mister, and see, because it's important. And we pause. You can pause and see the camel archers. There is no camel archers. Now, the camel archers were missing a lot of upgrades. That also has to be said. Not elite and missing pretty much all the armor. And if you have the camel archers without all the upgrades, I don't think they even got that upgrade that regenerate faster the HP. As well, I forgot the name. I think he didn't make it.
Camels.
So yeah, exactly. He missed many upgrades, and that's really, really important. So Jordan did great. He took a great battle, and he's getting the lead in this series 1-0 with a very smooth play. He adapted to ACCM gameplay, and he got it.
Yeah,
we
just
can go back.
he went a little bit greedier. He got that villager advantage, and ultimately went for that army composition. He was on a little bit of a timer before those camel archers got great upgrades, as you're saying, good numbers. Just able to punch through with just, sheer brute force before ACCM was able to hang in there. And there we go. Game number 1 in this best of 5 for Jordan. Super, super important set, as you're saying.
Yeah, super important set. Let's see if we can see now the draft, as you can see it there, and it's gonna be amazing. There you go. This is the draft. So we still have France, Hans, Britons, Byzantines, Mongols for Jordan, and Khmer Tatars, Vietnam, Indians, and Celts for ACCM. Mr. Orlu. Civilizations are important, but the decisions you take is crucial. And honestly, I think with Berbers, why not to go more aggressive, like 1 TC all in? I mean, if you can counter with Sicilians, what I mean is you have to analyze the civs, and maybe he was thinking that in Imperial Berbers was much better, and for that was playing that way.
And I think he would be right in that assessment. It's more of that Jordan hit that timing because he played greedier in mid game. He had more resources collected overall, and was able to just overwhelm ACCM with just the power of those Hobart Cavalier before ACCM could really get to Camel Archer plus Camel. And Jordan just hit that timing beautifully.
Okay, well, yesterday Tatot played really, really smooth, really great. Now we see how Jordan is playing strong. It seems that the practice they have done, Orlu, solid, paying off for them, for GL members for now. Doubt as well, very good yesterday as well.
All of them looked great. Viper was actually the shakiest, ironically, but even by the end, it was still great in the round of 32 from him, and that was honestly partly to say my name playing out of his mind. But yeah, especially Swiss stage, everyone we've seen so far from GLs looks great. Like, no complaints, just solid play.
Yeah, well, we can see Group A, how it's going. Oh, it's great. Moonfaller might feel so good in that one. The Group A, Moonfaller is now participating, guys. It's a small people. Moonfaller, we love you. I know, no worries. Mr. Yo is there. Moonfaller, you are finally part of Kino Desert 4 as a player. Don't worry, Moonfaller. Now you are not casting the next game because it might be rigged, okay? Might be rigged, so hopefully you have enjoyed your casting together, Moonfaller, because you are now done. Completely done in the group.
No, it's like Scooby-Doo when it's like, you pull the mask off of Mr. Yo and it's actually Moonfaller the entire time.
Yeah. Okay, well, we see how this is looking, and remember that this is so important because who want to be in the elimination matches? Nobody want to be there. Like, you are playing everything to continue to the quarterfinals in one series. So if you can get those 2 games gone, you can also relax even one day, see how the others are playing, practice a little bit more, and obviously secure a spot in the quarterfinals.
That is going to be everything, because what you don't want is to, in the single elimination stage, you don't want to be running up against, Viper, Hera, Leary, or Yo. Like, that's what you want to avoid at all costs if you're these players.
Yeah. Let's go. Game number 2, because we didn't even could check the Britons and the Vietnam. I don't know if we can put even in the screen the Britons and Vietnam statistics, but we have game number 2, and as a Blue Jordan in the north, ACCM in the south, this might be a completely different approach, right? Orlu, because it's completely different civilization. So cavalry before, now full archer civs.
Yep, we have the longer range archers that produce faster versus the chonky archers from Vietnamese. Of course, ACCM getting his IRL Civ bonus, 10% faster everything. Little known fact in AOE. And of course, the lame Vietnamese.
Lame for ACCM right away. Okay. He's laming the Rhino pretty fast and strong. Okay. Okay, well, Jordan is taking the lead, but now with some problems. It's true that Jordan has Britons, so if he's getting all the goats, sheep, goats, and then he pushes some deers, he should be fine with the transition. and he's finding the last two
Yeah,
goals probably.
I've been
There you
really
go.
impressed.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I've been really impressed with how well players are adapting to getting one of their rhinos or elephants taken. It's like, back in the days, you'd lose that elephant boar then, and you'd just be kind of sunk. These days, guys just pushing a few extra ostriches and zebras, and then they're fine. You're still able to do 21 pop men-at-arms and get double bid axe. Like, I don't know. It amazes me.
Players that are getting limit are still winning the games. Like seriously, they are winning. You're getting limit and you're still winning the games still. It's just crazy. Seriously.
Yeah, it's just straight up impressive. Because you're when you get lamed, like by with losing one of your boar to a scout, your opponent hasn't really lost anything. The only thing they've actually lost is a bit of HP on their own scout cavalry. So you were just playing from essentially 2 boars behind, and still being able to hit those build orders. Just those early timings in Age of Empires are so critical, and that is exactly what we're seeing players able to make happen. But let's see how well Jordan's going to be able to do that in this game.
Okay, well, let's see. ACCM already has 2 rhinos. He's one in already on the left. Seems that ACCM is a waller boy, but against Britons, the walls might not matter. We have also to say that if you don't know, guys, Vietnam, you can see the TC from your opponent from the start. So obviously, the lane with Vietnam is much easier, Mr. Arlo.
Yep, that's why they are one of the best laming civs. That's why literally the last ladder game I played was against Vietnamese, when they sent 2 villagers forward with their starting 3 villagers and took 2 of my goats, killed both of my rhinos, and then tried to wall in my wood line. I might be a little bit salty. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. That's why you are still a pleb and casting with me, because we can't play at this level, amigo. We just cannot.
No.
That's okay. Most of the people in the chat cannot either, and that's why they are watching. Sorry, guys, we love you.
And that's why we're casters, right? If you can't do, teach.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys, everyone, for the support. Hopefully you enjoy with the stream. Remember that this is Group B, and we are in the opening matches. The opening matches means that the winner can get the spot into the qualifier this Sunday. Remember, tomorrow is games for Group A again. We will see the schedule later, and Sunday we will see the winners of this series today facing each other, and the losers as well. And the losers on Sunday, they will be bye-bye. Swiss system. Remember, to make it more simple, 2 wins, you advance, 2 losses, you're out. And now, what is gonna be here for Jordan? He's gonna go. Do you think he's gonna go militias, or they will go archers right away? Because I don't see yet any barrack.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. We saw the men-at-arms be the dominant strategy by far throughout the round of 32, but yesterday in the first day of the Swiss stage, they really didn't perform very well at all. They just kind of ran into a brick wall of 21 pop archers. So I feel that with both of these civs wanting to get into the archers anyway, then we should be fine.
Okay. Well, let's see what is going to happen. We have Jordan and ACCM now both going up the same, 21 population. Okay. And
it seems like 21 pop straight archer play. Yeah, seems good. Very sort of close walls there for Jordan, right to the town center. ACCM going for the big walls, and he will be able to secure a bit more of the map, as he doesn't have to worry about any real pressure coming in before, just some archers.
Okay, and there is now the walls, the big walls again for ACCM. Still, they have some really good resources, as you can see. A lot of wood in the bank for both players, doing archery range. Now people is not doing double archery range anymore. They are going for 1 archery range and usually blastsmith, which is okay. I miss those 2 double archery range all times. I mean, they can do it later, but for now, he's focusing more on the economy. He's even dropping farmers, and the archery range is there, but not even the blastsmith. He could do it, but he has... it's walling, man. They are playing completely different from the last week. Both of them. Well, ACCM very similar. Jordan was more aggressive, but he's adapting to his opponent. Maybe he's just thinking, if I play standard, I'm a better player. Maybe he's confident enough, and he doesn't need to hurry. And honestly, I prefer Britons than Vietnam. I mean, that extra range, even if you don't have the Thumbrin, I really think is sick.
That's interesting because I prefer Vietnamese in this matchup because I like me some imp skirms. Just you know.
Yeah, but you are going. But you need to get there, Orlu. You know.
Well, I mean, you have strong archers in the mid game.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
And I like that Vietnamese have they have bloodlines for their cavalry, so you're more flexible in terms of what you can go for, and your rating potential is usually a little bit better. You don't have blast furnace, so Britons do have that over Vietnamese, but I don't know. I still like Vietnamese a bit more.
Okay. Anyway, as you guys know, and if you don't know, Jordan has been limited. Oh my God! Don't lose the scout for nothing. Disaster. So when you are limited, it's also more complicated to go aggressive, and they are going for the defensive approach, skirmishers. They are going both skirmishes, but the map, it's fully walled. I think we're going to make the map even more open. Krasini, for the next week, all the map generation with only one wood, okay? I don't know if Krasini is here, only one wood line. Maybe it's too extreme, but one wood line.
You give them one wood line and they'll just wall to that one wood line. Walls are good, man. Just it makes me feel safe and comfy. It's like the Age of Empires equivalent of wearing a warm sweater. You know, it's just nice. Safe.
Okay. Well, Jordan IDTC, 1 second. With fletching already. Good economy for sure. Fletching here is gonna make the clean. It's really going to make the clean. Or it will make it. Okay, gonna take this one. Gonna take another, and now has to be careful with the spear. Yeah, no, but he took already some good hit. I mean, look at the KD already. It's taking all. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's looking nice and smooth there from Jordan. The faster working archery ranges is quite helpful for skirmishers because they train more slowly than archers. And yes, the skirmishers individually are stronger for ACCM, but once you get to like 5 or 6, they're going to be one-shotting each other anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. And right now, Jordan taking some very nice little trades here in early feudal age.
Because he has no fletching. I mean, first he has no numbers, and then there's no fletching. It's true that ACCM economy, it's solid. Remember that you don't need any wood, so then you can make more farmers. You don't need any wood in economy upgrades, so double V-tax, free wood. Horse collar, free wood as well. That's why they got it. It's now doing the fletching, but he still have no numbers in comparison with Jordan. 1 believe behind and double the army. But with the skirmishes, you don't kill. So the game is gonna go up to Castle Age again. And honestly, Orlu, with the skirmishes, Britons is not gonna shine. You need crossbows to really make the difference because the skirmishes don't get any extra range.
Yep, and you're playing right into the hands of Vietnamese there because their skirmishers are good, getting that extra HP. Note that Jordan is popping down the market like Mapu was showing, so he's likely going to be selling his stone to get something of a competitive Castle Age time, whereas ACCM, because he was farming much more intensively, more quickly, is going to be faster, except he is grabbing padded archer armor, which is actually a mistake, because it doesn't do anything in a skirmisher mirror.
Yeah, I mean, he's delaying himself to go up. That goal is definitely exposed, but with the skirmishes, it's not a big deal here. I don't know. I miss the time that, oh my God, Jordan is selling the stone even. Again with the market abuse. We saw that yesterday a lot.
It's pretty popular these days. It's all about just trying to hit those timings, but right now it seems like ACCM is trying to get a little bit of revenge for earlier. Try and dive those archers, or skirmishers rather, of Jordan, and I think he should be getting a better trade. Now, these are the sorts of situations where that extra HP is going to be shining for Vietnamese.
Yeah, now he's taking all. Now he's definitely taking all there. Yeah. Well, he's now microing properly, but he's going to take that one. And look at the KD. It's going to be 10-10, exactly the same, but Jordan is up. The thing here is, it's worth it to be up than your opponent like 10 seconds faster, but when you have sell all the stone, don't think it's worth it. Don't know what you think.
Not unless, like, you're hitting some really specific timing with having, like, say, 10 archers that you can just upgrade to crossbowmen instantly upon, reaching your opponent's base. But, like, short of that, I totally agree. It's not worth it. ACCM can add in extra town centers without having to buy back any stone or mine any himself. And he's just in a very comfortable spot. Jordan was adding in, actually now even adding in scouts from his stable, as he knows that his opponent is going entirely into skirmishers, but it looks like after the Feudal Age skirmisher play, ACCM was looking for more of a mix as he's starting to add in more archers, whereas Jordan full archers.
He's really gonna fall behind in Castle Age now, because also one of the best things for Britons is those cheaper TCs. If you don't have, of course you have the market, but then you will have to buy with gold as well. So that's I don't know. Well, let's see. But this is, in my opinion, looking better. At least that now. Jordan is going to go all in the 1TC, but with Britons and with the army he has, well, now he has 10 archers. It's possible to maybe go 1TC push now with Britons?
Yeah, I mean, normally I'm not the biggest fan of 1TC pushing with Britons for, like you said, they have the cheaper town centers, so might as well use it. But it still can be really scary with those longer range crossbowmen. You can kind of just poke away at everything. 8 range is kind of a break point in Age of Empires for mid-game because you outrange crossbowmen, mangonels, scorpions, and skirmishers. So just having that at your disposal can be really hard to deal with.
Oh, that timing wasn't the best. That timing really wasn't the best. For Mr. Jordan, you need to wait for the upgrade, for the crossbow upgrade. Now that the scout is being really annoying, but it seems that he's going for 1TC. If not aggressive, at least he's doing the siege workshop in top of that hill. That can be a problem, obviously, for ACCM. ACCM still have 18 army. More army than his opponent, but the upgrades are not yet there, and those upgrades are going to help quite a lot. Hill advantage is there, yes, but the scout's so annoying. The night is coming, and now, when the least skirmishes and the crows are there, he will have to go back and wait probably for the siege workshop for the Mangonel.
Yep, and because Jordan was forced to build that siege workshop back at home, ACCM has just so much time getting housed. That is the last thing you want in this sort of situation when you want to go aggressive, because if both players are just sitting back, ACCM can very easily just add in more TCs. He even has the resources to do so right now. He's getting more of his eco upgrades. He already has bowsaw, he's getting heavy plow, and now wheelbarrow. It's looking good here, but now Jordan, buying back the stone, going to be going for that second TC himself.
Yeah, well, it's true that he's balancing his economy. This is the way to do when you have the market, but he has to be careful. He's doing ballistic, heavy plow as well. Oh, those mangoes are going to be so important. Still, the game very close. Jordan with 2 villages more. Military army the same. The knights and the army is kind of scary. ACCM really has to be careful because he's in a situation that if he loses that army, the game can snowball for himself, Mr. Orlo.
Yeah, and he's going in pretty deep. +2 defense for the range units starting to come in right now. Knights are in, already going to be annoying those primarily skirmishers. But one goes down, and the more time ACCM buys, it should be fine for him. But he's going to need to start adding in extra TCs pretty soon. Okay, just did so right there. And I think with his far better eco upgrades, he's going to be in a good spot still.
It's true that he has all the castle upgrades. Well, Jordan, no. Now the Bangalore is going to be there. Ooh, well, he didn't do the job. And now that army, Orlu, with ballistic especially, it can deal properly. But Jordan is doing ballistic as well. Jordan is actually having a great macro because we were telling, oh, he's using the market, okay. But 3 TCs, ballistic already, good army. Jordan is playing very, very clean.
Creighton?
Yeah, just lost the first villager of the game right there. Did Jordan, not too big of a deal though. And the only thing that's a bit of an issue for him are those eco upgrades, I feel. Getting those extra TCs faster than your opponent, that's great, but he is behind bowsaw, heavy plow, and wheelbarrow. So having those villagers, it's not nearly as much of a boost as you might think.
Okay, let's see if he's gonna be able to take that Mangonel. No, he's trying to kill the archers. Those archers are now going to be very dangerous. He's still without a single armor. You know, ooh, that Mangonel shot. You have to be careful. Need to go back. Military numbers is still almost the same. What is he doing? Why he stop there? Oof. Oh my god, that was a very bad move there by ACCM. And now, with the Mangonel, he's taking everything. He's trying to get on the left. At home, he probably has a lot more army. Yes, he does, because he's still with 18 army, and now he's going in. Still, he has a stable, and Jordan, it's slowly taking bigger and bigger advantage, Mr. Orlo.
Yeah, the Knights are going to pounce on that army that's almost entirely skirmishers. And, okay, ACCM is starting to mine some stone right now. Some rattan archers with their very high pierce armor can be great, but you actually need to get to them, and that's not the easiest thing in the world, especially since ACCM is losing so many units right now. And the Mangonel even going to join the party, and just going to clean up those guys, and all those reinforcements from ACCM, he's getting picked apart piecemeal.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's see, because he's still going behind in everything in the game. He's getting 8 villages more, Jordan. He has 10 army more. And in mine, yeah, he has the hand card. Okay, well, then it's not that big difference. Hand card, while his opponent is now doing the wheelbarrow. But still, well, he's not mining a stone. He's mining a stone himself. Jordan is having the initiative of this game. I mean, he has the game under control right now. I don't know if he's going to be able to push it back, ACCM, but Jordan, it has the advantage for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah, Jordan just looking very, very clean. And he's got a good army. He's in a nice position to pressure his opponent. ACCM is going to do a little bit of a counterattack, which actually, I mean, those are Vietnamese range units, man. They don't care about arrow fire. They just run in and get some kills. Oh, but that Mangonel is kind of out of position. It's going
What
for
is he
it.
doing?
It's going
What is
for
he
it.
doing? Oh my God! ACCM, wake up! Well, he was so focused in those units that are going in. Obviously, those units are going to make more damage, but you don't want to lose the Mangonel for nothing. He's inside now and not achieving a lot. He has 3 villages behind, and look at the army numbers. He's double. Now he's forcing him to make a tower. Well, panic tower probably. The Mangonels are going to do a lot of damage, and this can be a big badaboom. No, it's not happening. Now he's going back with those archers, but he's also attacking those villages that are building the tower. I was telling the castle, because this is what he needs now. He needs a castle, because Jordan is getting a beautiful, no, an amazing advantage at this point. Mr. Orlu playing much more aggressive than his opponent.
Able to get several kills, but on the back end of it,
how at home, no?
I'm looking at the bottom right, and I'm seeing that villagers killed tracker increase for ACCM by a very quick margin. And with that, a red player has completely evened things up in terms of villager count. And you know what? Jordan just being pushed back a little bit. It's buying more time for more stone to be collected for a potential castle, and then those rattan archers. I mean, they're literally like skirmishers, but they're good against things that aren't archers.
Yeah, they're very, very strong. Obviously, economy is very, very close in terms of villages. Still, as we can see, Vietnam player, in both sense, the Vietnamese players, ACCM and civilization, you know, has all the upgrades already. That should be really, really helpful and very, very smooth. When you get like 30 farmers in mind, the food you are getting, Orlu, it's gonna be, well, Vikings economy pretty much. And look at that. He just canceled all the villages on the TCs, and that's why he's having that food. He has the resources to go up to Imperial right away. What the hell was that? Did you see that economy, Orlu? Amazing.
Yeah. And that's from getting those very, very early eco upgrades and also having very little idle town center time. I mean, it gives you more resources, right? And more resources is you can transfer that into more army, or you can transfer that into getting a better Imperial Age time. Now, the risk with the faster imp is that it's 1,000 food, 800 gold that you're not spending into anything in the short run. And that's a big, scary army from Jordan with 4 Mangonels.
Yeah, but he need a castle. He has 566 stone. He need 100 stone more. So ACCM, you need a castle right now, because Jordan is coming with 4 Mangonels, as Orlu mentioned. A lot of units. 4 Mangonels and so many crowds. He's going. Yes, he have 4 TCs. He's doing another in the south, but he's gonna push all the buildings. And he's on the way to Imperial, but maybe he's gonna reach Imperial without any army. Orlu, what do you think? He's gonna be able to push here Jordan properly?
Oh, but that siege workshop being built on the hill, I think, was really critical from ACCM, because it means that, you know, Mangonels can survive a hit from another Mangonel uphill, unless they go for the delete, but even then it forces the delete. Now, Jordan, using the market quite a lot once again, wants to get at least a competitive Imperial Age time, and now ACCM rushing up that, and it doesn't take many rattan archers to start trading insanely well versus crossbowmen.
Yeah, the castle, I would love to see more forward, but he's going for the safe approach. The castle is going to be there, but Jordan is now about to go up to Imperial. Very nice Castle Age game, that action that we're watching here with the 4 mangoes, with a lot of crossbows. He's trying to go aggressive, but now Jordan is being more careful. Can we put Jordan point of view forward, war Mr. Mapo a little bit to see what he can see from his perspective and see if the castle, he cannot see obviously the castle. Let's keep going with his point of view a little bit and see what is going to happen. He's doing even the war tower, okay, and oof, I don't know anymore who has the advantage because the game is so close here, Orlu, similar to the previous game, but obviously with different units and different civilizations. 1-for-1, Mangonel.
Exactly, and now again, it's going to be about how can each player adapt their army composition to sort of fit their civilization's strengths, but also deal with whatever the heck their opponent's doing. And now Jordan can be building a castle right in the middle of the map on that huge hill. Beautiful position for him to take, but now we have ACCM going for a little bit of a counterattack, and that can be pretty annoying, especially since he's going to be getting his Imperial Age upgrades a fair bit faster. Even focusing the monk, interestingly.
Yeah, but why with all the archers? You sent 2 archers to kill the monk. I can't believe this. I mean, he's sending really that army to kill a monk? I mean, is needed, Orlu? You need all? You need to... Well, he took the monk, okay, and now he's going to have the upgrade chemistry as well. He has good economy. I mean, ACCM here with a really good economy, but Jordan is getting so huge and important hills in the middle, and now here with his army. He's going to be able, with this army, to kill the skirmishers. Going to be rough, but I think... with the upgrades and some good micro, he can do the job. And another mango that lost for nothing? No, 1-for-1. Okay.
Yep, that is fine. We have a trebuchet on the way here for ACCM. Chemistry coming in. He already has the bracer upgrade. And as you can see, Jordan is focusing mostly on skirmishers himself at this point, which is going to be better for ACCM. And there's the Imp Skirm upgrade coming in, Mem. What did I tell you, man? Just fling as many javelins as you want against Britons.
You are right. Well, obviously at this stage, now the Imperial skirmishers got a crazy armor, a crazy range, crazy attack, crazy everything. You know, they are really, really good. He will need cavalry, actually, to kill those. I mean, with Imperial skirmishers, it's gonna be almost impossible, really, to take the battle against Vietnam army. Like, he will need something else.
Yeah, totally. And also we have to remember, free conscription's actually a nice little bonus for Vietnamese at this point. Getting that 33% faster production rate on all of your important military buildings and not having to spend the castle time, which you really need for trebuchets. I really love how ACCM's taking this approach, late Castle Age onward.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's attacking in the north. He's attacking on the left as well. That army is gonna be well secured, but those small groups of military is raiding quite a lot and being really annoying. He could take some villages, but he's not taking it. Why he's not hitting? I don't get it. I mean, kill some villages, man. And he's going under the TC. Well, there's a lot to take in consideration, a lot under control, and those Imperial skirmishers are sick. Another thing that will be great here for Jordan, it will be the trebuchet with War Wolf, but he's gonna be able to do it. Bombard cannons as well for Vietnam. Oof, a lot of action on the left. Now going to the north, in front. Be careful with that castle. And where's the trebuchet? We need siege. Thambri now, look at that castle. But that castle, if Jordan is doing traps, no, but he's coming with 3 trebuchet. No, more. 4 trebuchet. Well, what? What is that castle, Orlu? What is that castle for Jordan? That's no. What?
Whoa.
That's not what you want, of course. He's doing a good job. Let's focus in the castle, Mapu, because this is incredible. The castle Jordan is doing there, I can't believe he's doing that castle, really. I mean, it's 2 castles in the same spot. Romantic castle for sure, with 5 trebuchets. The castle is up there, and honestly, this might be the game maybe for ACCM. Maybe I'm telling this too fast, but he's gonna lose 2 castles, I believe. Orlu, I'm a little bit surprised with that approach from Jordan. Weird one.
Yeah, and ACCM is just running around everywhere with those Imperial skirmishers, getting so much value. Castle number 1 goes down for Jordan. He does have a trebuchet or 2 up of his own, but I mean, our red player is just taking such more efficient fights with those Imperial skirmishers, and without that much of a food eco to transition into knights or anything like that, I mean, what are you gonna do if you're Britons in this situation? You're just kind of sad.
No, I mean, he just lost 2 castles. I mean, he did the castle, and 2 minutes after, that castle is gone. Now he has Imperial Skirmish, he's gonna make the Herbalist upgrade. He still have all the Horse Collar Jordan, so all the economy upgrades perfect. Even crop rotation now for ACCM, 2,000 score ahead, and ACCM is in a domination mode activated, and this looks like a 1-1. I mean,
It's
how do you
looking
stop
like we're
that?
going in that direction. ACCM a good, 25-ish villagers ahead. He has the larger army, he has the higher quality army, and now we've got those rice farmer hats coming in. Those rattan archers are just going to be so sick. Even if Jordan tries to make a switch over into light cav or even cavalier, the rattans are going to deal with those no problem.
And Orlu, a really underrated one is the one you mentioned. Conscription for free right away is amazing, honestly. It is really, really amazing. Not because it's super expensive, but it's instantly push the trebuchet out, the army super fast. It's great.
Yeah, it's just a nice little bonus, and you're right, conscription, it's not an expensive upgrade, 150 food and gold, but it is all about the castle time, and it allowed ACCM, who was already faster to the Imperial Age, to get to just such a high number of trebs so quickly, and now we're looking at 8 trebuchets plus a bombard cannon for ACCM.
GG call,
GG
no,
call.
GG call, whoa. Oh, whoa. Well, as you mentioned, late game, when seems he didn't do the damage, and ACCM got a great economy approach here, Vietnam hit the Britons. It complete, and that second castle was like, it was game over. Like, you lose 2 castles in the same minute. I mean, you put in the same spot. I didn't understand that castle. That was crazy.
I feel like Jordan was really, going for that hill. Like, I have to control this hill if I want to win the game. And he was probably right in that, but ACCM was just simply too far ahead. I briefly saw they're 7% more efficient in economy for ACCM, almost 80%. It's really impressive how he's able to make that work. Solid KD overall, and just good stuff.
Yeah, well, we have seen we were checking the achievements. I was still thinking what Jordan could do more, but I don't know. Military, you can see how he got more kills at the end. The economy obviously better for ACCM, expected in everything. Wood, food, gold, and stone makes sense. Makes sense with all the average he got. And even village with more as well, 134. And Jordan really has to be careful here, Orlu. I don't know what you think, because ACCM with this kind of approach, he felt really comfortable. And like this, it can be a very long series. And if we go and check the draft again and check the civilization, Mr. Frizzy, we can see the civilizations left. And you don't want to play this against ACCM. Vietnamese players, ASEAN players in general, in late games, in long games as well, they feel comfortable. I think they struggle more in early aggression, honestly. So he should try to be a little bit more aggressive. But it's true that, I don't know. I mean,
well,
France,
it depends
for example,
on what you consider early aggression.
Yeah.
Like crazy, like messy games, like the the Vietnamese and Chinese players tend to do really, really well. It's more in like those more aggressive unit control based, strategies and stuff that they can kind of be a bit weaker. But I totally agree with you. If this is just kind of a chill until imp game, I feel like this is going to be in favor of ACCM.
Yeah. I really think so. I mean, he has Khmer, Tatars, Indians, Celts left, and then Jordan has Franks, Huns, Byzantines, and Mongols. Like, if you go Mongols, imagine what aggression you can do with them, with the Hunt bonus and so on. I don't know what is going to be. Hopefully, guys, you enjoy. What do you think is going to be now the next one for both 1-1 series? Now we are in, let's say, in a best of 3 or lose. So the next one, who is winning, getting already match point.
Yeah, and it's going to be a very important game for both. I think now we're probably going to start to see those higher picks in their drafts, relatively speaking. And we knew this was going to be a great series, and it's definitely delivered so far. Pretty back and forth already, and I just can't wait to get into the next one.
Yeah, I think this one is going to be close. I really believe that we're going to see also a close series with MBL and Vincenzo. But then we can check the whole program, guys, because there's a lot of people joining. Over 4,000 viewers already at this time on a Friday. That looks too bad to me, Mr. Orlu. I don't know what you think, amigo. Hans Khmer is the next one, by the way.
Ooh, that's a
okay.
fun
Look
one.
at this. Look at this program. Look at this program. Look at this program. My goodness. Jordan ACCM, MBL Winchester, the Viper Casbah, and Heresy Toll. We need to see Viper playing today because all the day versus Say My Name. Ouch, Mr. Orlu. Ouch.
I think that wasn't part Viper playing a little bit weaker, but I also think that Say My Name deserves a lot of credit for how well he was playing. Like,
yeah,
he can sometimes turn on full beast mode, and he almost made it happen versus Viper. But Viper, he got his stuff together by the latter half of that set.
He definitely did. He definitely did. As we were talking, and let's see if we can see some statistics, some comparison with the Hans and Khmer. This is the shifts that they pick now. Hans and Khmer back into cavalry shifts. Honestly, Hans with cav archers there can be sick, but then you might want to see Khmer with. Okay, it's not Khmer. It's again booked with the DE. It's Byzantines. So it's gonna be Byzantines. It's booked for both. Okay. Well, we cannot say. The thing
I've
is,
just
we have
given
the
up
server.
trying to figure out what the Sims are until I actually see them in game.
Yeah. The problem here is when I was the other day playing a game in the matchmaking 2 days ago, it was telling I don't know what shifts. I think it was Hans Britons, and then when I got into the game, I clicked the button for make villas, Orlu, and I was housed because I got Mayans. So the DE show you in the start, the DE show you some saves, and then when you're in the game, you have another. And this is what is happening to Mapu. So I think it's Khmer and Byzantines, not Hans then. Khmer and Byzantines. It seems to be.
It's like the insane eco versus the efficient army.
Thanks, DE.
And
we have now the civilizations. Khmer and Byzantines. Okay. Well, Byzantines, it's, in my opinion, a so versatile civilization and very, very dangerous civilization. I don't know what you think. Mr. Orlu, welcome everyone. $75,000 tournament. Remember, sponsored by Pinsett, Microsoft, and MS Huga. MS Huga, that I know that you are in the channel. Love you, man. Thank you so much for everything. And as a Blue Jordan on the right on the left, this civilization matchup, Mr. Orlu, your thoughts?
Well, like I said, Khmer have just one of the best economies in the entire game. Those farmers instantly dropping off the food. It's just, you see that food count just trickle up constantly. It feels good, it is good, and not needing to build those buildings to unlock other buildings or the next age. It's an incredibly powerful economy, but you are lacking a little bit in terms of unit quality. Your infantry's not good, your archers are kind of okay-ish, and then your cavalry is above average, but nothing too special. Whereas Jordan with Byzantines, no eco to speak of, but those cheaper trash units, an incredibly broad tech tree, largest in the game. It's really deadly.
So at the end, Byzantines has economy bonus because being cheaper units and transition to Imperial faster, cheaper as well. If you check all the resources you are saving, it's probably better than eco bonus in some civilizations. Like it's sick, really, because you can do a lot of farming. You can see the win rate there with Byzantines and Khmer for both players. And well, I really love this matchup. I mean, I like to see Byzantines because they can be so versatile. And even if you don't have a great cavalry, those come as 25% cheaper. That's insane if you want to fight against Khmer, for example.
Yeah, and it should be noted that Byzantines actually have the best camels in Castle Age when you factor in cost efficiency, even cheaper than Berbers, and the extra, cost reduction is actually better than Bloodlines in terms of you can support more stables, with a smaller economy, it's really sick. They tend to fall off a bit in Imperial Age due to missing Blast Furnace and obviously Bloodlines, but it's still going to be something that ACCM needs to take into consideration when he thinks of going for Knights in mid-game.
If ACCM wall that map, I don't know if we can check ACCM map, Mapu. ACCM map has gold at the back, wood at the back, but in front, nothing. I mean, it's going to make arena again? Well, actually, with the very exposed, it's all open. It's all open. I want feudal. I want feudal aggression in this one.
I want Bombard Towers.
Bombard Towers in feudal. Okay. This Orlu, man.
Oh, no. I just want the game to go to Bombard Towers. So it's all. I just want Jordan just to sit there until he has a bajillion trash units and just creeps across the map with Bombard Towers.
Okay, well, I saw Bombard Towers this week in the rated. Yeah, I think it was Hera with the Spanish, and he even did the the village upgrade, and then he did Bombard Towers all over the map. But that was in rated game. In the KOTD 475,000, well, MPL is probably the guy that we need to make that. I think all that is wall, as Mapo pointed out. What is that? He didn't see it.
Oh, one tile.
Right? Oh my God!
And now Jordan's just he's off in the woods trying to figure out where the heck his opponent is. I guess he'll find them soon enough. He'll loop around. He'll see the 5 tiles of stone. At least I hope so. But he'll figure it out. It's just a little bit awkward.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Okay, he's doing the loom already, and he's gonna go up with 20 population. If he has the food, I believe he has, because he will drop all the food from that elephant. And 20, yeah, he has the food for sure. He's dropping. And what is Jordan going to do? For now, it's the first time that ACCM is not doing any walls, Mr. Olu. And maybe he's going to go aggressive. But the thing here is, if you go stable without the barrack and your opponent is going also stable, I always say that with Chimera it's kind of complicated, because the other just send some spears, and then how do you counter that one?
You counter it with more scouts, ideally, but I totally agree. Chimera are a tricky civ to play. They're, on the spectrum of like, let's say Malay to Franks, they're closer to Malay in terms of just, it's not the most intuitive in terms of how you best utilize not needing to build buildings to unlock other buildings. Yeah, you want to skip the barracks. It's 175 wood saved. One of the strongest early wood savings if you can pull that off, but then you don't have spearmen, then you're just kind of sad.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see what is going to happen. He's walling now a little bit the berries. Obviously, he's walling the goal and the woodline as well, Mr. ACCM. Jordan is still open, and he's going for the goal. While seems that ACCM is going for the stable.
Well,
okay. What happened?
Makes sense.
Your doggy want to cocaster
those eco upgrades right away.
Okay.
And if he can get away with this, I think he's going to be in a very strong position, because unless Jordan really wants to commit to spearmen and skirmishers, it's going to look really nice, I think, for ACCM in terms of getting a better castle age time. Oh!
Denying the archery range. Keep going. I think he can take the valley if he's playing. No, it shouldn't lose it. No. But he's denying already the archery range. He got the spear already. Okay. No, he's going back. And then at home, stable only, I believe. Yeah, stable.
And I think he's totally fine. He's just making some walls to his town center. He has the gold at least safe within there. And once he completes those fruit bushes, then he can just pull those villagers back, and he'll be safe to go up to Castle Age and do whatever he wants.
Yeah. Well, let's see. He has the horse collar, he has the upgrades as well, and now he's walling. Doing some nice walls. I like these walls because it's not like in the previous game he was walling too early. Now he's walling now when he has the economy doing. Walling it slowly. He's still open. Obviously the berries are exposed. Now trying to wall as well. But Jordan might have some problems here. The spears is not yet in time, and maybe if he played properly he might be able to lose a valley. And I think that valley is to be gone. No, it's not. The spear is using time. It's now gonna drop a farm. Those farmers is still without core scholar, so a small advantage in terms of economy here for ACCM. And the woodland is also being wall. Do you think ACCM should also build an archery range to try to go aggressive here, or is gonna go full scouts? Because right now all the scouts won't be effective soon when Jordan has already quite a lot of army on the field.
I think that he needs skirmishers just to not die, because Jordan's going to be poking him from the front. ACCM, nice awareness there. Not going to be taking a single poke from that spearman. And we have to remember, Khmer are able to jump into houses if need be, but or you can just run them away.
What?
That works too.
Why he's
do it
doing
the
that?
old-fashioned
He has
way.
the houses. Yeah, but he has the houses there. I don't know why he's doing that.
Well,
Also, he has the archery range with 2 skirmishes. Don't get it.
Well, the villagers can go back to work right away. Yeah, they're not able to gather from the fruit bushes, but they can at least still be active. Whereas the If you're in the house, you're not doing anything. It's like us, man.
Yeah, he's taking it. Yeah, it's true. He's taking the spear. He has to be careful. That's a bad battle for ACCM. He took quite a lot of HP from all the scouts in front. Let's see what is happening there. Well, I don't think that. Yeah, he's going away. Don't think that Jordan can do too much on ACCM base. ACCM farm is starting to be scary, if you ask me, Arlo. Very, very scary, honestly.
Yeah, once you get just enough skirmishers out to really start to chunk away at those spearmen, they are not going to get really anything done because the scouts can run away from the spearmen, skirmishers can outrange them, and then once the spearmen are dead, then the scouts are just going to absolutely run over everything. And ACCM is actually diving right back into the base of Jordan, who is still very open. Oh, that
but he has a lot of army. But Olu has a lot of army. Don't think he can do any damage here, ACCM. Should be fine. The economy is just going to explode very soon for ACCM. And as you mentioned, see, he has the artillery range already there. He probably just need to put few skirmishes there and then stop doing army. And being Castle Age very, very fast. But he's doing fletching, so he's now finally going aggressive. This is feudal battle, what we wanted to have, and now he has the skirmishes there with fletching. He might be able to deal very, very good against those spears, and if he's taking those spears, it's going to be a great position for ACCM, Mr. Orlo.
Yeah, and like I was saying, once those spearmen die, and they die very quickly to skirmishers, who actually get the same amount of bonus damage versus spearmen as they do archers, then the scouts are going to be doing quite well and pretty much killing everything else, but the one scout from Jordan is going to harass those skirmishers. And looks like Jordan will be pushing back ACCM for the time being, but like we were saying, ACCM, with that more economic approach, is looking to be a fair bit faster to the Castle Age, more villagers on food, and that food count just climbing up.
It's crazy. It's looking like a cheat, man, really. But that scout is so annoying. He cannot take it. The micro here for Jordan is just fantastic, and now he's coming with a lot of farming. This is definitely bad. This is definitely bad for ACCM. Jordan now is getting the lead in that situation. That scout is the hero. He's really the hero. I think we can check individually that the scout before he's died. Not anymore, because in captures now we can see how many units he has killed. Now he went back, lost it, and the scout and skirmishes are coming back. He still have a lot of farming, and Jordan again is using the market like a boss, and he is on the way to Castle. Mr. Orlu, we couldn't see this coming, but man, the market is just the new meta, man. What the hell?
It's interesting, right? Because the market, it is inefficient. Like, you have the market tax in terms of you're losing resources, but it's all about trying to utilize those timings as well as you can. And we're having Jordan able to make up for the fact that he didn't have as much of an economic opening, still able to get to the Castle Age. And I actually, I've seen some players, I think Leary was saying like markets are too OP, but I feel like they're really important to make the games less snowbally. Like if Jordan didn't have a market, he would just be way slower to Castle Age, and I feel like he would just instantly lose. Now he can actually make the decision to give up some of his eco and then just be faster up.
Okay, let's see if he's gonna take that village. He's not taking it. Still, the castle time is just a minute difference, but there's 3 villages more. So actually, ACCM, again, in my opinion, is in a bit better position. You might see that the castle age is faster, but as you mentioned, you sacrifice economy. Here is doing a second stable, okay, but then ACCM has already the 200 stone. He has 19 on food. Those are a lot of farms for Khmer, and I like ACCM situation here, Orlo. Seriously.
Oh yeah, he's got double stable and Knight Skirmisher, just going to be a great army composition with the Khmer. You have a fantastic food eco, those are 2 food-intensive units, and just having the good eco in general, you can get all of those upgrades since those units require completely different upgrades. And now it's just going to be, make sure you don't die in the next minute or so.
Yeah, well, they have to be careful. He has to be careful. He's gonna save that army. He has no even upgrades, bloodlines, and scale bard in armor. He got the skirmishes there, so he's definitely okay. Just killed the spear. He got it, and he's defending properly. He still have similar army, but Jordan is already in Castle, crossbow arbor. He might feel so happy. I am faster in Castle, but then when he noticed that his opponent is gonna be, he's still using the market. So when you are using the market, is because your civilization is worse in economy, or because also you are not having the macro that your opponent, because he's using the market so much. And look at those resources. Chain Bard in armor, and he can even make TCs, monastery, whatever he wants. But it's also true that that army, Orlu, is going to the damn hell.
Yes, it is, and Camel Archer is a very scary army composition for a lot of civs. You have a bunch of knights on the way, but as we we're saying, those Byzantine camels are so cheap, and oh man, ACCM. Now that's the sort of play I like to see. Just 2 town centers in the back of your base, no fear. Oh, this is going to be a rough hold, but obviously his eco is going to be fantastic if he can manage to pull it off.
Okay, let's see. Town center close to the goal. And, well, he's doing 2 extra TCs, but now he has no army. So, ACCM has to be really, really careful.
This could be quite rough, yeah. Jordan looks like he bought the stone for another town center. No real issue with that. Husbandry coming in going to be very important for those camels. But I mean, knights are you know, good against crossbowmen. It's kind of an interesting matchup, but in general, knights are good against crossbows. There isn't anything to deal with the camels right now. There's no monastery for monks. There's no siege workshop or anything.
Okay, let's see if with the knights he can do the job. It's still similar villain numbers. I don't know if he's to come aggressive with the siege workshop or something. Those knights with the +2 should be an oath. The camels are with the +1 only. They don't have the bloodlines. Those knights are going to take over? I'm not so sure, Mr. Orlo. Maybe it's greedy. Oh my god, the knights. When the night has come, everything is gone. And it seems like this, Mr. Orlo. Because that was so many camels as well. Of course, he lost some knights, but now with the +2, he's pushing him back completely. Or not completely.
How could I forget your beautiful singing, ma'am? It really just shines some light into my life.
Don't troll me. Thank you, man. I know. Don't worry, man. You don't have to give me compliments. You will be back to cast. You can be honest. I sing bad. It's okay. Your jokes are like my singing, you know. So no problem, Mr. Orlo. So I recognize that my singing is terrible. Don't worry, Mr. Orlo. But still, and now seriously going. Do you think that was a good trade? For
ACCM, yes.
For ACCM? Okay.
Yeah, because anything he can do to just stall out the game is going to be good for him. He's on 1 more TC than his opponent. He's able to just keep on pumping out villagers. He has a super sick economy bonus with those farms. And, you know, getting some scorpions to help defend. Camels don't have any pierce armor, so they're not actually going to be doing too well versus a bunch of scorpion bolts.
Okay. I mean, we expect to have economically advantage for ACCM, but this is the thing here with Jordan, with the Byzantines. Look at the amount of farming. 11 camels, 15 crossbows, and I insist, maybe 2 TCs is an oath with the cheaper transition to imp. I would love to see a siege workshop forward here. I think it would be deadly, honestly, in this situation against Khmer, because right now, ACCM is kind of cornering his base. Look at this. It's so small area that he's building all his base. Well, now Jordan is expanding. He's not going for the forward. He's going for another TC.
I have to agree with you, Mem, in that I feel like the forward siege workshop, it could have come in way sooner for Jordan. I'm not too sure what... Okay, there's the siege workshop now. And that's good, don't get me wrong. But it's already a little bit late. We have the elite skirmisher upgrade actually coming in here for ACCM, and he's already with a sizable villager lead. And, I mean, he doesn't see the siege workshop, and it's going to go for a bit of a counterattack. But this could actually end up working well for him.
We will see. I mean, if we focus in front, this is still a lot of farming. While still ACCM have only 8 knights +2, yes, but skirmishes only 2. Couple of scorpions, and he got some small hill advantage. Those 2 stables could really go to the damn hell. He could kill them, I would say, easily if he played properly. I will even add a monastery if I was Jordan. A monastery there with monks would be great. I don't know why he's sending that village back. Stay the village there, because he's sending back, and then you will need probably to repair the siege workshop. I never understand why he sent the village back, but well, it's his choice. And the monastery is at home, so the monks are coming to probably take the relics. I would love to have a monastery here. I don't know what you think, but let's see, because he's trying to prepare, in my opinion, a little bit slow push. But here we go with a lot of camels, crossbows, and the Migrant. So Let's go, Mr. Orlo.
It's a very scary push, even if it is a little bit later than we might have otherwise wanted. Camels, crossbowmen, mangonels to work away at those buildings. You even have those monks coming in for Jordan with a 100% faster heal speed now. They can, keep those high HP camels up quite nicely. Is the Lord blessing us this game?
Oh my God! He's taking the TC, he's killing all the villies, and that TC 98%, Orlu! That can be a game change here, because now look at the villies number. He getting so close, and he's very, very scary. 30's army, 20 army. It's a lot of army for Jordan. Now he's catching up those reinforcements. With the knights, we want the hype, we need action! Orlu! I'm tired of these guys being walled. Go aggressive. We want the action, and now the action is happening. And who's getting the advantage? Because this is madness amount of farming. Don't lose the mango, Jordan. Jordan. Oh my God!
Oh,
the badaboom he did here, and Jordan lose almost all his army here with downhill. With the downhill for ACCM, he lost all the archers, and that mango is almost bye-bye as well. What the hell was that, Orlo?
I wonder if Jordan didn't see the mangonel because it was hiding behind the houses.
Yeah,
Still,
but he did twice.
Not complete. I'm trying to make excuses for Jordan.
Yeah.
You gotta maintain his reputation in the eyes of the fans.
Nah, no excuses. We have to be
that was
objective.
Just a little bit from Jordan.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's still not bad, though.
Still-
He was able to deny that 4th town center, kill 12 villagers, and now he's only behind by 6.
But the problem here is that look how he's catching up those reinforcements. That was a good trade. Now he needs to go back. Still, the army is scary because he's spamming camels constantly. But there's no more crossbows anymore. I mean, 5 crossbows and he got like 20. Now he's doing the pikeman upgrade. There's still 89 villages. This game is so sick right now. He's building 3 barracks on the right side, so he's gonna have a lot of pikes under the TC. You don't want to fight the camels because the camels under the TC, they just die.
Camels might no longer be ships, but they still do take a little bit of extra bonus damage and just have no pierce armor and then no bloodlines with Byzantines. Ram is here. Jordan with the villager forward, able to repair that guy. And that's something I'm a big fan of, as you were mentioning them. And Scorpion out, gonna be able to pressure those crossbowmen. Nice little bit of control there from Jordan, dodging those bolts. But now the Knights, they're able to kill those camels without too much issue when both TCs are firing.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's still quite a lot of farming for Jordan during all the game. Not anymore. Check out the numbers. Check out the numbers now. The Knights are coming and the Pikes are coming. Look at the score. And he's not about to go up. And remember, this is Khmer economy. 34 farmers with Khmer is insane. The Knights will clean the crossbows, and now the Pikes will kill the camels. So the army composition is not that scary anymore in favor to Jordan, Mr. Orlo.
No, losing those crossbowmen was such a huge blow, because now, like you're saying, the pikemen can be made without too much threat. You can even just add in a few scorpions to help out as well. And, okay, maybe one stable was taken down, and that's nice, and that's actually a little bit good for Mr. Jordan. Those knights need to dive on those crossbowmen. Just a few crossbowmen can make a massive difference when your opponent's making pikemen, and, well,
okay.
I feel like that's not too bad for Jordan. Oh, those scorpion hits are good.
Yeah, but the game is still just incredibly close. I think now the players are not able really to micro. They are just spamming units. Finally, just all in. You can see how he's taking the scorpions as well, and both are losing quite a lot of units. I mean, where's the micro here from ACCM?
Are we watching KOTD or are we watching CBA? It's just
players
flooding in units.
Just check. Yeah, check the minimap. He's spamming constantly now, and we see it now even spears. Look at the amount of barracks. He's just moving into the pikeman. What the hell? Damn. But still, ACCM is about to build a castle soon, 600 stone. Still 40 farmers for Jordan. This is still benefit Jordan because the units he's losing are more cheaper. Much cheaper.
Yep.
All the units he's losing is much cheaper.
That is the power of Byzantines right there. And, of course, also
Imperial.
a cheaper Imperial Age upgrade. That is pretty darn helpful, but he's also not mining any stone. And if ACCM can plop down a castle, that's going to put a huge halt to the aggressive potential of Jordan.
Yeah, but still, he has a really inefficient economy. He's doing the castle in that spot. Yeah, perfect. He's gonna do it. He needs a lot more farmers, but still, the timing, the momentum is for the German. With Byzantines, 3 TCs, spamming units, he's gonna make the castle. I think he will be in time. He might lose some villages. Oh my god, if he's denying that castle, nah, it's too many villages. He should do it, but the minor is there. Oh my god, if he's not doing this castle, ACCM, doubt, amigo, ay. The disaster is happening here. The castle is gonna be up, but look at the villages number decreasing more and more. He's taking so many villages, and now he will lose all the army, Jordan. So,
Yeah.
Jordan will lose all.
Which player was this better for? Jordan killed like 20 villagers, but ACCM killed the army.
Yeah. Well, it still is better for Jordan because he's up to imp. Seriously, because of that, it's just that's why it's better. If he was not up to Imperial Orlu, then I would say better for ACCM. But since he's up to Imperial, it should be better for Jordan. And Jordan keeps just spamming, man. I just say this is a custom scenario for Jordan right now. He's spamming, boom, 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 all army, all in, non-stop. Look at this.
He's gonna hit Imperial Age. He's gonna have a decent bank. And yeah, all of those production buildings being forward. Jordan knows exactly what he needs to be doing. This is Jordan going aggressive. And I really like his approach, but he's kind of hemorrhaging units quite quickly here. ACCM has a much larger army, and...
By the way, Orlu, checking the capture rate. They stay in the least skirmishes done for a really long time. Where they are? He has in the archery range...
I was wondering.
He has in the archery range. Can you check the archery range for ACCM, Mapo, please? I think he got one archery range there, and all the skirmishes are inside. That archery range is close to the TC. Yeah. Oh my god! Losing quite a lot. Another castle, but then he's in Imperial already. He's already in Imperial. The skirmishes will help a lot. Where's the skirmishes, man? Unbelievable. Okay.
This is why I recommend players to just... hit your idle military unit hotkey. The default is comma, I believe. Because oftentimes you can find in these crazy hectic games tons of pressure that there's just like stray units around that you could really use in more efficient ways. And that could have been super helpful for ACCM in this defense. It doesn't matter that they aren't well upgraded. They're more meat to throw into the grinder, which is what you really need.
I mean, he's not yet out of the game because he still have a good population, very similar to Jordan. Look at also that Khmer economy. But we were talking before the games that ACCM, if he's getting the punish, if he's getting attack, he has more problems. And we have seen here, he's not controlling the units as smooth, not even close. He has been losing so many units as well. Jordan too, but well, Jordan was doing on purpose. He has the civilization advantage for this kind of battles, Orlu. So he's okay. He's definitely okay, in my opinion.
The KD is almost dead even, but that favors Byzantines by a pretty massive margin because their army is just so cheap. And now Imperial Age coming in for ACCM, but that's over 2.5 minutes away. And Jordan's already pressuring with arbs. They have chemistry, they have bracer, and it's going to take a lot of skirmishers to deal with this.
Well, he's cleaning now a lot of arbalest, but you were talking about the KD. The KD is very close, yes. The Echo KD is not very close. It's insane in favor to Jordan. 41 villages. Jordan has lost 1 villager. 1 villager.
Yeah, that is pretty darn rough. And Jordan now 3 bombard cannons on the way. He is looking to cruise his way to victory here in game number 3. A really, really close one, but Jordan just barely able to do enough damage to get to that Imperial Age. And I feel like as soon as those cannons come, castles are going to fall, and really that's going to be all she wrote for ACCM.
Well, honestly, I think Jordan is doing here a fantastic, aggressive, and crazy game. Playing really, really well, except that minor shot he got. But since he started to attack with Byzantines, he never stopped attacking for the last 20 minutes, Orlu. He's been constantly pushing ACCM to death, and he has almost 200 population, and the German is taking the lead in this series. At least that a miracle happened.
Yeah, I feel like there just isn't really any out here for ACCM. There isn't any unit he can make that's especially great. There are light cav being mixed in for Jordan. Gonna help with the skirmishers. And, okay, happy Imperial Age there, Mr. ACCM. What the heck are you gonna be able to do with it? I don't really think much.
No. Jordan is playing fantastic. He's doing an amazing game. Now he's doing the average he can. He is still with 126 villies. It's true that, well, if he's able to hold, he has the villies for it, but it's still a lot of idle time. A lot of idle time. And now, even if Byzantines are not the best, Hazard average with plate Bardin armor, as Mabu pointed out there. And then you can spam forever, doing a castle at home in top of that hill. He is doing an excellent game, Mr. Jordan Orlu. People in the stream, hopefully you have enjoyed this, in my opinion, being so far the best game of the series till now, with a good difference, and Jordan doing a really, really big game here, honestly. Very good one.
Getting so many upgrades for his units. The military count was a little bit lower there for a hot second, but now he's got Arbalest plus Hussar plus Bombard Cannon. Really hard to argue with that army composition in 1v1 Arabia. And, okay, ACCM's trying to launch a little bit of a counterattack. I mean, technically, he's not too far behind in terms of population, but if you look at, like, the army value, it's
GG.
double here for Jordan, and that's going to be the GG. And what I loved about this game from Jordan is he played to his strengths as a player. Just a ton of mid-game aggression that ACCM just couldn't hold on to.
It's great, because here, this is the kind of games that you don't want that the player who is attacking lose, because then it will be like, okay, the game, the civilization is rewarding the defensive gameplay. Jordan went aggressive. He did the series up in our opinion, right, or a little bit slower that he could. But from that point, from that moment that he did, he was attacking non-stop. He never stopped sending units. Even if he lost some archers, he could be like there a little bit, oh man, I lost those, maybe be conservative. But no, he was going still full push. Awesome.
I feel like there was one moment after the big Mangonel hit, which, like, that just can happen from time to time, where ACCM could have held potentially, but he sent in his units too quickly. Actually, if he engaged with the skirmishers right there, I feel like that actually might have been enough to turn the tides, but no, Jordan able to keep that pressure up, able to make his opponent's economy so efficient, get so many kills, faster Imperial Age by a ton, just excellent usage of his civilization and his playstyle.
Well, great game, great game. This one was a fantastic one. Jordan, even with 8,000 resources more against Khmer, when we said how good is that civilization, is just fantastic. Really, really good. And that transition 6 minutes faster to Imperial, definitely key, with 141 villages, only 3 TCs. So it's nice because you saw that he did the third TC when he was already aggressive, Well, I think he did the third TC at the same time that the siege was on, more or less. And then he used the Byzantines so, oh my God, that peak of APM, he was there sending everything. That probably wasn't when he was going to lose those archers, but still, it was a really, really great play here by Jordan, and happy to see those aggressive gameplay rewarded. And the seed number 6 is taking the lead, is 2-1 ahead, and we have Frank's hands, Mongols left, Tatars, Indians, Celts. Ooh.
Interesting.
Here. Interesting.
Jordan has like the tried and true civs, all cavalry civs to some degree, sort of classic Age of Conquerors civs, whereas you have Tatars, Indians, and then Celts. I mean, Celts are also a classic civ, but they're not the most orthodox in their playstyle. I mean, you don't need to even go for the full Hoang thing. Like, just any sort of infantry siege aggression into booming behind it can be sick. And then Tatars and Indians can be doing some interesting things.
Yeah, Hans versus Indians is going to be the next series.
Ooh.
That's a very interesting one, man. I don't know if we have some statistics here to show. If not, we can go and show the player's camera, because people want to see how tense the players are. And those moments before the games are great. So yes, when we see those statistics, let's move on into the cameras. Win rate with the hands 56. Win rate with Indians 76. Honestly, Indians looks like a great counter here. And if we have seen Orlu ACCM playing very defensive, I don't think he's gonna play any aggressive with here anymore with the civilization matchup. What do you think?
No, and nor should he, because Indians, they are insanely good versus Huns. The usage of Indians in this tournament, I think, has been really interesting, because they're not something that you would normally think of as like a great Arabia civ, but in this sort of like tournament setting, I kind of liken them to Goths, except they have a good eco. They're like Goths, but you instead of
Yeah.
playing them against archer civs, you play them against cav civs like Huns, and you can get some really nice matchups.
It's just amazing. Well, I want to say I was checking because some people messaged me. Sorry, Orlo, for this small break. There was an anonymous guy that gifted 10 subscribers tier 2 to the channel. I don't know who you are. Thank you so much for that one. He's kind of shy to show it, but Orlo, 10 subscribers tier 2.
Same for
it
me.
has to
Same
be
for
at
me.
least.
Also gifted 10 tier 2 subs to me.
It has to be, well, it has to be said, you know, and recognize the support. The support. Anyway, being said that, Hans and Indians, well, Hans need to play here so insane to win because I don't know. And we are already in game number 4 with Hans and Indians. We were talking a lot about this, Mr. Orlo, but well, a Cav Archer's Hans play can dominate, full aggressive in feudal. What do you think is the correct approach here? Because I feel that this is a hard matchup for the Hans.
Yeah, it's really tricky. It feels like everything you can do in mid game as Huns just gets countered by camels. You know, you want to go for Cav Archers, camels. You want to go for knights, camels. And then you're just kind of like looking at crossbowmen, which can be kind of as Huns, at least past early Castle Age. So I feel like the key for Jordan here is just to go very aggressive.
Okay, let's see what is going to be. And with ACCM, well, with the Woodland at the back, now I cannot check because now we are on Jordan base and we see Berries in front. He has, well, this is the 4 Woodland generations. And Berries in front, we were talking about ACCM. Gold in front, this is not what you want. So ACCM should be more careful in this one and not being so defensive, because we have seen that being defensive, Jordan feel so comfortable. And we saw in the previous game.
It's going to be pretty tricky, I think, for ACCM. Having the forward gold and fruit bushes means that some early aggression from Jordan can make his life pretty miserable if he ever wants to safely get to the Castle Age. And when we say Indians are great versus Huns, we're really talking about Castle Age onwards. In Feudal Age, I mean, both civs are totally reasonable. Indians get plenty of food savings from their cheaper villagers. Huns, faster working stables for scouts, and of course, you're not needing to build houses saves you a bunch of wood and villager time. But it's not really like that good for Indians, you know what I mean?
Okay, I know what you mean, amigo. I know what you mean, but oh, almost losing that villager. My brother Orlu is an old school player that has come back not full to the game, just to have some fun to the game after 10 years. And on the day, he's playing only Hans, and well, I don't want to play him because he's already better rated than me after 10 years without play, And
Feels bad, man.
but he's using only he was 2.5k in sometimes, so he was good. And what I wanted to say is that he got this exactly match up. He was with the Hans, and then he told me, messaged me, I have played against Indian civilization. What is that civ? I was trying to play normal Hans, and then he came with some bunch of camels, and I was like, how I kill this? He was trying, he got till late game. And what I'm trying to say is, Indians, without big mistakes, what do you do with the Hans? I don't see anything that the Hans can do really against Indians if you play properly. I mean, it's true that you can make always a 1TC push or some crazy aggression, but playing it in a standard meta way is very difficult. I mean, just camels and skirmishers, and that's it.
Yeah, like, that's what I was saying. Like, Indians in this tournament, it's like they're a counter pick to civs like Huns and then Franks. Because it's just so difficult for them to ever play the way they want to, the Hun player. And then it's kind of like the Cav equivalent of Mayans versus Goths, right? You really need to be aggressive before the Indian player can sort of get to where they need to be with their camels and then skirms.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. I mean, because Indians also got Orneges. They got bombard cannons. So even a halberdiers ram push, if we're talking about a late game play, Indians could hold that, in my opinion. And then if you hold that push in the start, you're done.
Exactly. But we have Feudal Age coming in for ACCM on 19 pop. Jordan looking to go up on 20. So quick up times for both players. You can do this with both civs. They are very strong in the early game. And I feel like we're going to be seeing a scout war here. It looks like nobody's too eager to go over to the gold and build a barracks.
Okay, let's see. But we see a guy in the walls. We see a guy in the walls, and well, let's see. Because ACCM, this is what I don't like with some of the players. There's some players, of course, that they are used to play their gameplay, but they don't really have like a second answer, you know, or like they don't adapt, and they keep going with the same plan over and over. Maybe it's gonna work because, to be honest, the score is 2-1, and the previous game was, I would say, close at some point, but he didn't have an answer for the Byzantine aggression. It's true that with this civilization, where we were talking, maybe going now defensive or going safe, it is okay. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like, yes, you could argue that ACCM is being stubborn in this much more defensive approach, but it's also what you want to do in the Civ matchup. And if it's what he's more comfortable with and that's what you want to do, and is that an archery range? That looks like an archery range.
Yeah, that's
archery range. Yeah.
20 skirmishes then against his table. What the hell? I'm surprised.
Gotta recognize those building foundations.
I'm really super surprised here, Mr. Olu, because I really didn't expect it ever to see that one. So he's gonna play even more defensive than any of the games. What the heck?
Goes just full trash units mode, spearmen and skirmishers.
Yeah, and
just
fully wall.
Nice and comfy cozy.
But
no,
ACCM is doing exactly the same every single game. Arena wall, all the games. That's disappointing to me. That's a little bit disappointed, honestly.
It's not been too bad for him. I don't think either of his losses were based on him just going for a bad opening. I think it's more of just how Jordan executed the early Imperial Age in the first game and the early mid Castle Age in the third game rather.
Yeah, well, let's see. Let's see what is going to happen. Now we see the archery range as well, because Jordan have just noticed it about it, but well, he got one archer spear, then it's a spear rush for Jordan, because Jordan expected the scout, Orlu.
Well, so did we, to be fair. We can see everything.
Yeah. Yeah, has to be careful. It's true that archer now for ACCM is doing the job, not anymore. And then, well, a little bit more army for Jordan, and ACCM will just go for Castle Age here. Or will try at least. It's still far from going, obviously. He's wall all the map. That goal is very, very exposed. Here he's doing the archery range. I miss a little bit, Orlo, that with the nerf in the towers, that we don't see forward towers anymore, ever.
Yeah, I'm surprised another person has said that, because everyone I talked to is like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad that tower rushing is gone. I don't want to see tower rushing every game, and we did definitely see that for a while, but I want to see it sometimes. It can make for some really, really fun and entertaining games.
Exactly, I mean, yeah, but it seems that now the towers is just a not viable option, and that's bad. That's, in my opinion, is obviously bad. You don't want to make them super powerful, but you don't want to make them useless.
Yeah, and it helps civilizations that might otherwise struggle, like Burmese and Spanish, who really like going for tower aggression. Koreans to a degree as well. But as it stands, both players just kind of chilling, making their walls. Jordan's walls are very symmetrical, which I'd like to see.
Yeah, well,
the feng shui of his base is on point.
What can I say, man? It's Jordan, man. Perfectionistic player, Anyway, mining goal here. Now the first goal minus. The berries are about to be bye-bye, and then it's going to be open. He has to be careful. He's going with the archers. But sadly, ACCM is not giving us anything really, really strong in Feudal Age. He walls quite a lot. He forced Jordan to wall, because honestly, what Jordan is doing now is the normal thing. I mean, if your opponent is fully wall, what you have to do, Mr. Olu. You need to wall, because then you're going to get raided, you're going to be behind. Even if you are super fast, you need to counter walls with walls.
Yeah, it's a matter of if your opponent's walled and you're not walled, they can really be anywhere. They can defend at home, they can go out on the map and be aggressive, and you know, as the unwalled player, have to be literally perfect in your army positioning. Otherwise, you just like instantly lose the game. So yeah, that's usually you just want to wall and make sure that you're nice and safe.
Yeah. Let's see, because remember, guys, if Jordan is winning this game, he's already with 1 victory. He will be in the winner matches, you know, in the round 2 on Sunday. And ACCM will be in a problem. Will be in a real problem. And again, Jordan with the market, man, going up extremely quick. Look at this transition to Castle Age. Man!
Well, we were saying that Jordan needs to be the guy going aggressive, and this is exactly what we're going to be seeing. ACCM just getting wheelbarrow, just, you know, very smooth play, just safe at home, nothing too crazy. Whereas Jordan, he's going to be making a lot of cav archers. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 4th range even.
No. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, if he doesn't have a stone to make extra TCs, why not? But this is what you want in this kind of situation. Be ahead in timing is what it can give you the momentum to give himself the domination here in this game, and then win the series.
Exactly. And something that we should point out is that in this group, it's Viper, Hera, MBL, and those guys are all playing in the subsequent matches today. So if you think that they're all very, very likely to make it to the playoff stages, it means that there can only be one other player. And I would say that it's kind of a 3-way toss-up between Vinch, Jordan, and ACCM. So winning this matchup is absolutely critical for both players, because it ensures that they have a much better chance of getting into that 4th spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's so important. And remember that the difference we did this year with this system is in previous editions and also in Red Bull events, we saw GCL groups. What is bringing that? That the decided game can be a repeat match, not here. With this Swiss system we are using, there's no repeat matches. So if Jordan win today, lose the next day, and then ACCM lose today but win the next day, Jordan and ACCM will never happen on deciders, Mr. Orlu. That's something that people need to know.
Yeah, and I think that is very good. Good idea for a little bit of a change in the tournament format. But what we are seeing here from Jordan, it's exactly what I was saying. 4 archery ranges for him. Going to be literally all of the cav archers. If you're asking Jordan how many cav archers, he just says all of them.
Yeah. Well, it's not elimination, but it's very, very important. We have now the Botkin arrow. Let's keep focus on the game, and you can see the skirmishes. It's on top of that. Imagine a siege workshop there, man. He killed all the buildings. It will be lovely. Obviously, the camels with the extra pierce armor is gonna be really, really good, but it's still 20 seconds. No goal! He's denying that one. He need to be there. Even if you don't kill villains, it's gonna be lovely. He's gonna kill one or not. You need to kill something. If he's not killing, it's okay, but he's gonna take one. He's now in the woodland. Look at the timing. Look at the score. And Jordan being much more aggressive in the whole series than his opponent. Is giving him the edge in this series, Orlo. Seriously. Ballistic already. Damn.
Husbandry as well. This is such a strong position here for Jordan. Light Cav is actually going to be the upgrade of choice for ACCM, and no camels whatsoever just yet. This is perhaps a reaction to being put off of the gold for the time being, but with ballistics in, it's going to be so much easier for these cav archers to just dance around the crossbowmen and get the best engagements possible. And that's another dead villager for ACCM, and with both players on 1 TC, every villager loss is absolutely critical.
Oh, this is amazing. He's going with the crossbows. He's doing the light cat upgrade, but how many light cats he has? One. He has one, and this is a lot of idle time. He's now also coming in the south with more army. Let's see the engagement here. Well, light cats is going to be there, but if he's now microing against those spears, he's gonna be fine. He got ballistic, and the good thing here, Orlu, the mobility, Thumbrin even. Whoa. Well, doing all the upgrades. I think Jordan knows that he needs to go all in with the hands against the Indians.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, and this is a pretty darn good way of going about that, because he's got 16 Cav Archers, 17 and counting. They're going to have almost full upgrades at this point, and ACCM barely has anything to defend at home. Actually, I'm surprised that Jordan's falling back so much.
Yeah, he need to go. He need to go, exactly. I was about to think that. Well, those light guys are going to go to the damn hell because he's ballistic and thumbering. So, I mean, if they're fast, doesn't matter. You can see how they're killing. Oh, baby. He need to go around and try to make some damage. He's doing the TC there, but honestly, if he's coming with Siege or even going with the Cav Archers, he now spotted the second TC. He can do a lot of damage with those Cav Archers, really. Like, those crossbows shouldn't be a big threat in this situation. The +2 might be, and now it's starting to make camels. But how many camels you need? Quite a lot.
You do need a lot, especially because these Cav Archers are so well upgraded. And yet ACCM is still hanging in there. He can, with the power of Indians, you can produce military and villagers much more easily at the same time. Looks like ACCM trying to pull his opponent back just a little bit, trying to rush up that TC on the right side, but the Cav Archers are looking to punch right into the base of ACCM, and this is just such a difficult hold that I'm not sure how ACCM is going to be able to manage this.
He shouldn't be able because he got few crossbows, but now 4 camels. Let's see the micro. Jordan micro need to be on point here. Let's see if he's gonna kill those crossbows. He's gonna be able to hit and run. Those camels are +3. Remember, they get extra pierce armor, but Jordan has a great upgrade here. He's trying to go back and hit, but the problem is he's close blocking himself. It is an old Cav Archers, Orlo. I think might be an old Cav Archers. Absolutely. He got so many. Jordan is playing out of his mind with the hands here, but now that's not the best move in my opinion. He still gets so many, Mr. Orlu, and I think he's doing an amazing job going with those around those stone mines. He's killing absolutely everything. Jordan 30 army, ACCM 8 is doing a great job, and Jordan is closer and closer to take the game. He's taking the game. This is absolutely total and brutal domination. 3-1 for Jordan. Whoa, great play by the German. Seriously, in this game, awesome play by Jordan. Honestly, great play by Jordan.
It was all about the aggression from Jordan. ACCM, much more passive play, much more late game oriented, but that's just not this map. This map is aggressive. It's all about how can you get up in your opponent's face. And Jordan able to make that happen with the Imperial Age timing game number 1, and then in games number 3 and 4, just that early Castle Age push. ACCM trying to boom up behind it, but you just can't defend like that on this map.
The Who series, Jordan has played much more aggressive. All the games. I mean, he has played more aggressive. He adapted a little bit in the first 2, if you ask me, and those were the 2 closer. The game 3 and game 4, he went much more aggressive and took the game, you know. Anyway, let's take the statistics for Mr. Jordan and ACCM. You can see here, better economy as well, technology and everything. It's pretty much in favor to Jordan. That transition 19 minutes in Castle is impressive. And then, you know what we want to see? Orlo, people in the stream, we want to see the smiley face, you know, from Jordan with Mr. Riley.
Well, yes, thanks, Mem, and g'day, Jordan. Congratulations on the win. Obviously off to a 1-1 start, probably not where you wanted to be, but you'll be very happy to have taken the series out 3-1, I imagine.
Yes. Hey, Riley. Nice to meet you again. Yes, of course. I'm very, very happy. I knew before going into the series, ACCM is a phenomenal player. I've been practicing a lot with him, so yeah, very happy that I was able to win.
I want to ask you about something. We've sort of throughout the weekend and last weekend, we've been talking about this new Arabia, and you know, it's offensive and defensive, the consequences that the changes have had to both. Mem was talking about how there seemed to be a bit of a shift for you from game number 1 and 2 to 3 and 4. Game number 1 and 2, a little less aggression. These games went very long. And then in game number 3 and 4, you seem to really, really pile on the pressure early. Do you think that this new map rewards offensive play, or are you happy to play defensive or offensively equally?
I would say it also depends a lot on the civilization I have, right? First game, Sicilians against Berbers, it was kind of clear that it's going to go more to the later stages of the game. Both of us have kind of developed their base like that, and therefore it was clear. And then also the second game, Britons against Vietnamese. Maybe I could have played it a bit more aggressive, but unfortunately I lost my scouts, so there was some knowledge missing there. But yeah, game 3 and game 4, I thought, okay, let's play as aggressive as possible.
One thing that we've been seeing a fair bit is the market, right? Market use is at an all-time high. I spoke to Dad about this, and he said that it's just something that he's very keen to do every single game.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your perspective on the market, because it really does seem to be something that people are relying on more than ever.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not a big fan of the market abusing stuff, because I feel like it doesn't require too much skills, and it's much harder to balance the economy properly. So that's why I personally think it's a bit too overpowered, but it definitely has a place in its game. And yeah, the one who is able to abuse it faster has usually the advantage. So it also depends on certain parameters, of course, but yeah. Gotta take
But it does
advantage of
seem,
it.
yeah, it does seem to be a lot more popular, at least. We here at King of the Desert, we've seen it used a lot more than usual. And look, we've seen stuff really change. I mean, what's your take on the Arabia map as it is now? What's your take on how things have changed? You know, pushing to castle as fast as possible with the market, not being able to wall effectively. It seems that players aren't in agreement as to what this new K2D Arabia map means. What's your take?
Yeah, I think most of the time the player who has more army should be the one to also bring it home. I mean, the map itself doesn't really invite you to go for a defensive playstyle and wall and play boomish, because there are so many hills around. It's hard to place TCs, and usually your opponent, if you invest into army, he will also be able to punish you. So I think, yeah, more army should be better.
Well, it is interesting to hear what you have to say about it, because again, I think there's a lot of disagreement. But Jordan, before I let you go, I want to ask you something a little more personal. Obviously, you were under the weather last week or the week before. I know you've been struggling with your health a little bit recently. How are you feeling? You must be, you know, I hope you've moved past it a little bit and you're feeling fit as a fiddle, back to your best form here.
Unfortunately, not yet, but I definitely played much better than last week against Dark, and I think I should be 100% again on next week. Hopefully on Sunday I will also be able to perform very nicely, and yeah, next week I'm sure I'll be 100% again.
Jordan's just been running half marathons every day instead of full marathons. And, you know, he's cut down from benching 250 kilos to just 200. So it's good to hear that you've been taking it easy, Jordan, mate. All the best to you. And I hope to speak to you again very soon.
Right. It was a pleasure. Have fun. See you. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate.